My teacher had me plan 2 weeks of literacy centers, so this is everything that I did. I'm doing a guided reading center, a word work center, a writing center, and a Chromebook center. This is the word work activity. It uses these things. Inside of these boxes, I have the instructions laminated and velcroed to the lid. I have 3 different folders inside each bin. A handouts and instructions folder. The handouts are here. So in this activity, each kid will get a box. I have like 6 of them. And there's a little peephole. Inside these boxes, there's pom-poms with their spelling words from previous weeks and future weeks. In here, they'll have to shake it up and search for the words. There's 35 pom-poms in here, but the goal for this activity is to only find 11 of the words. So they write down the words that they find. They have to write a rhyme for the words, and then on the back they have to write a sentence using the word or the rhyming word. Extra points if they use both in their sentence. I have another folder, the green one, called finished and unfinished work. I have each side labeled. If it's unfinished, it'll go on the unfinished side. If it's finished, it'll go on the finished side. And then if they finish early, because when you're doing literacy centers, you're not available to be answering questions all the time. This is a folder called early finishers. I have 2 activities. Scribble spelling. So I've made on Canva. The second activity is a create your own word search. And then stapled to it is instructions. They have a word bank of their spelling words from this week. So this is active practice for their test coming up on Friday. And then instructions for both of the activities, an example of the scribble spelling, and then an example of the create your own word search, so there's no confusion there. My next activity is a writing activity. Same thing. I have the instructions velcroed to the top of the lid. They have a handout and an instructions folder. Again, instructions are laminated on this side and the handouts are here. In this activity, they're going to roll the dice. The first roll, they choose a character. The second roll, they choose a setting. And then the third roll, they choose a problem. So this entire week, we're focusing on story writing. So a lot of the activities will be geared towards that. I have a graphic organizer here where they enter in the information from this chart and they plan out their story, and then a sheet here where they can write their story and include a little picture if they want. Again, for this activity, I also have the early finishers, which is the same thing, and then they have a finished and unfinished folder where they can put their work after they're finished. This bucket is my guided reading bucket. No instructions because they'll be working with me. We use the Nelson Literacy leveled readings. They're 4 pages, front, middle, back. In here, I have 2 folders. The guided reading responses. So each group on the back, they have like a little try this activity, so I've made a template that goes along with the try this activity so that they can work on that. And then I have teacher resources. I have just like a little observation chart. This is amazing. You can use this literally at any time. Just create a whole bunch of boxes with your students' names in them, and then you can just do quick observations throughout the day. So I can make little notes, you can make behavioral notes, you can make literally anything you want. And then this side, I just have all of my lesson plans. My lesson plans are 4 pages long. I think it just helps me being in Teachers College to be over prepared than to be under prepared. This is the Chromebooks one. I don't have it stuck to the top because it's actually 2 pages worth of instructions. I actually printed out pictures of exactly what they're going to do. They're going to TVO Kids. They're going to explore by topic. I love TVO Kids. Step 4, click on Wacky World Stories. Step 5, click play. Step 6, choose any wacky story and begin. I think this really helps actually giving pictures to kids, because I feel like when you just type out the instructions, they're so like, what? I need help. Where do I go? What do I click on? If I notice for week 2 that my kids are really distracted on the Chromebooks, then I'll implement like an accountability piece where maybe they have to write a sentence or 2 about which story that they worked on or something that they learned